time to know each other. Go explore each other, things that each other likes.
Right, right. What do you think happened though? What do you think? Why do you think relationships are the way they are? Because in the '90s they made a lot of love music. '80s, '70s they made love. Nowadays they're not making love music. So the women, they just talking about women talking about F these dude, F my baby daddy. I'm in these streets. I'm putting belt ass. What happened with the music and now? That you think the music like influenced what people doing now, or like how it was back then, or what you think?
I think the music now and how people, baby mothers talk about their baby daddies, how women talk about men and men talk about women, it's because they lost the value of respecting each other.
Mm,
Like a lot of parents aren't teaching their sons like, okay, you have to respect women, or a lot of parents aren't teaching their daughters like, listen, you have to respect men. Back then it was like a equal, okay, you have to respect each other, you have to love each other properly. Here now it's just like, let me get a next, it's almost like let me get a good fix and go about our business.
mm.
I think that people lost the value of respect of a man and a woman. They lost the sight.
Do you feel like music, like this prostitution music, influenced women to be like 304s or thoughts?
I think music takes a big part of why our children are learning to be the wrong way.
Mm.
I think that women that are already grown, that already know better, I don't think that it really influenced them to be a certain way. I think a lot of them, the parents didn't give them enough time to teach them things that they need to value. If that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, I feel, I feel. All right, what sports you feel like got the best looking athletes? Football, basketball, baseball, soccer.
I like. I'm into soccer and baseball.
Uh,
Oh, I love boxing.
you think they got the most attractive guys?
Soccer got the more, to me, soccer's have the most attractive guys.
Okay, okay. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Uh, why you think? What do you think? Do you think relationships will ever go back to normal how they once was back in the '70s, '60s, and '50s, like they was before? Or they?
For me, I don't want it to go back then because let me. To be honest, I'm glad you asked that question because back then men were the only ones taking care of things in the home. Like they had to go out and work, they had to pay all the bills, while women took care of everything in the home. They had to take care of the children, and they were strictly in the home all the time
Hold on,
back
let me get
then.
my charger. Let me get my charger. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah. I'm back with it. I'm back with it. What you were saying?
I don't believe in relationships should go back to where it was in the 90s. Because back then, a lot of things was different. Like, or what? Well, the 70s, women couldn't speak the way they speak now. They couldn't speak up for themselves. And then on top of that, women had to stay in the home and take care of just the children. They couldn't go out and work and learn something. Now, the main reason why I believe that women, I don't want it to go back than how it was before is because when that man dies, that what happens then? That woman was a housewife the whole time. The whole time just taking care of the children. Didn't have a job, didn't learn anything outside the home to work. So now that man dies, what you gonna do? You don't know nothing. You got no type of classification. You don't know nothing. So then they going on to the system, depending on the system to help them, putting on the government to help them. As of where women are now, they speak up for themselves. Men and women in relationships now, they 50-50. You pay, I go to work at this time, you take care of the children, they go to work at that time, and I take care of the kids. We both work and making the dream work. See what they say, teamwork make the dream work. I believe in that.
How you feel about like daycare? Do you think daycare is good for kids?
I On the motor skills, yes.
What you mean motor skills?
So as a behavior tech, I believe in children learn from other children, just like how adults learn from other adults, children learn from other children, and they need this. They need that surroundings to motivate their motors to be at their age. You know what I mean?
Uh, you think that's a you think you think by putting kids in daycare that parents are doing that to throw the kids off because they don't want to be bothered with them no more? And
No, I don't. If I think like at home, especially for my child don't have any siblings. He's the only child. So for me, when I'm not working or I'm not catering my business, he has sports and stuff like that. I think by him going to like daycares or play dates and stuff like that, it's giving him that one-on-one experience he needs with another child. It's different for when they have siblings than when you don't have siblings and you're in the house and I'm around him all the time or he's around me all the time and he's bored. He's just bored. He's watching TV all day or playing a game because he doesn't have that one-on-one interaction. With a kid, they like playing. They need that one-on-one interaction.
but do you feel like daycare can properly love a child though? And give it
No, I don't think that daycare does the job that
a grandma once would. Like,
right.
remember, grandma's gonna love like. Is your child raised in daycare?
No.
Okay. See, I was raised by my grandmother and my aunt. They helped raise us, and I feel like they did way beyond what a daycare would do. And
Yeah.
daycare, even though daycare is getting paid, but they're just gonna do the bare minimum for your child.
Right. Daycares, they basically just watching your child for the money. That is true. Um, I don't think they're teaching the children what they need to teach
Oh,
them.
no, they ain't teach these kids shit.
They just teach them how to play all day, and I feel like daycares be doing too much sometimes.
Like like? Do people really understand how much it is for a baby? Be like, because the daytime a guy or a woman decide to have a child, and she let a guy, releasing her, she need to think about how much daycare could cost a week.
Daycare can be very expensive, very expensive.
They need to think about how much Similac costs a week. Similac costs.
Yeah. Hmm.
You need to think about how much Pampers costs. Next time you guys talking about y'all want to have a baby, think about how much Pampers costs.
Yeah. But some people want that family. But I do agree that before you have more children, you should make sure you have the means to take care of that child, or at least partial of the means. But then also, we can't really say that because we don't know the situation, how the kid came along.
They came along because they was having sex. What are you talking about?
Now there is other situations like
No,
people
we ain't talking
getting.
about nothing extreme. We're talking about
That's
the
what I'm
people
saying. Like you don't never know.
we're talking about the people who just begging babies and want the government to support them. I
Oh yeah,
think,
then yeah, I think that's crazy. Like
and my thing is this right here. Why would you want to bring your child in an environment where you know you're struggling already with other kids? That doesn't make any sense to me. You
I question
struggling with
some
the
people that
kids.
like that now. I know a couple of people like that now, and I always question the same
That
situation.
doesn't make any sense. You struggling penny pinching with the other 3 or 4 kids you had. You gonna have 2 more and have 6 kids and you broke as it is. Now you're gonna be broker. Like, why would you want to bring a child in a disenfranchised environment? Why would you want to bring them in a poverty-stricken, poor environment where you can't give them nothing but the best. You're
Well,
struggling. All you want to kiss your
don't
kids and you struggle.
people don't think they don't think like that.
I think they be having them baby try to keep the woman or keep the man, but I just think that ain't gonna last long.
There is situation that will, but I ain't no man gonna stay. You can't have a baby and keep a man. They
Hey, but some men had a baby think the woman gonna stay. The woman gonna do what she gonna do. There's always a guy that'll take care of her and them kids.
yeah. I've never seen a situation where a man traps a female, but
Oh, that happened a lot though. It happens
I
a lot.
I know
I had a guy
women,
tell me that. What you said? Excuse me.
I know women will trap men, but I've
Yeah,
never seen.
it's plenty of guys doing that. I had a guy tell me like, my girl ain't gonna never leave me because we got all these kids. Like he's self deception. This guy is self deception. He really believing in his small peanut ass brain that she won't leave him. Boy, let me tell you, a 3 minute conversation with the right guy, she gone, bro. I never think I'm that dude. I don't
That
care.
is true.
Huh?
That's true.
I don't give a damn how much you think she called my Disney the best. There's always a guy out there better out there that look
I
better.
I don't think having a kid is gonna keep the like
No,
they gonna have the kid and keep going.
exactly. If they, because a lot of guys think because they had this baby by this woman, what other man gonna take care of her and do it like I do, or she ain't gonna want to start over or whatever. Some guys got. I met a guy like this. He was an idiot.
That's crazy. I ain't never seen some stuff like that, but that's crazy.
Oh yeah. But how you feel about public school and private school?
Now, I think private schools give children more opportunity to succeed in life. Give them more of a advance to succeed. Um, Public school, I think that they don't give the children a proper opportunity for things that they deserve. You know,
Do you feel like private public school is going to give your child a leg up in society?
public school,
Yeah,
no.
and why not?
I would no, because public school they don't want to buy books. They don't spend enough money on to take care of the schools by itself. They don't pay the teachers enough, and they don't pay the teachers enough. The teachers don't feel like they should be teaching to their best ability. I no.
I
Look
feel
at
like
the private schools. They get everything. They're wearing paid uniforms. They're getting everything. Scouts are coming to look at them at a younger age. Where in public schools, that's not happening. That's not happening.
you say scouts like what? College scouts?
Yeah, like they some and some private schools when they're like around 6 and they start playing like say like the cello and stuff like that.
Hmm.
They look at them from a young age up.
Yeah, I believe private school teachers are going to. Well, first of all, the classrooms are a lot smaller, so they'll be able to bond with the student and create a rapport with them and be able to
Exactly.
pour more into them. Because public school, the teachers are burnt out. They ain't making much money. They don't give a damn about the kids. The kids are disrespectful. They're belligerent. They have no class, no guidance.
And that's because it starts at home first.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, it starts at home first.
And they're raised by single mothers. Single mothers are raising these uncivilized mutts.
But even with parents that got kids that got two parents in the home, these kids want to be like other people because they think it's cool, and it's not.
I mean, yeah, of course you got that too. But I'm saying the majority of kids who wild out and academic are raised by single mother households.
True.
These are the facts. The most criminals are raised by single mother households. Most college high school dropouts are raised by single mother households. Most teenage pregnancies are raised by single mother households.
Right. And
Most
half of
runaway
these mothers
kids,
don't got no sense either.
most runaway kids are single mother households.
Yeah.
These are the facts. I know they ain't people facts. People don't talk about it, but it's true. But I mean, I mean, yeah, I would say private school is better. I just think it's.
Everything, even on education, is crazy. Everything's about money.
Yeah. It's
Everything is
crazy.
about
America's the only country like that. Other countries got better education and it's free.
exactly.
But America, all it cares about money is the capitalist. Hell, America don't even care about your health. A woman only gets 6 weeks off after having a baby, which is nuts. Other countries, they get like a year off or 6 months off.
Right. And as of right now, Trump is trying to take all the education away, to be honest, to our people.
Uh,
Not only that, I feel like he wants education to go back to where it was, you where kids with disability, it was never known of classrooms for them. It was never known of, okay, let me
damn, I ain't read that.
advance
I need
them.
to. I ain't never heard about this. I gotta research this shit.
Like my friend, she has my godchild has a child that has autism, and he goes to an alternative school because
Yeah.
of the public school thinks that he doesn't fit into their school.
They don't.
So
My uncle got autism.
they recently sent out an email to her stating that if your child goes to the autism or alternative school and they're not in the public school, they will start having to pay for the cost of school. Which we knew this was coming because Trump talked, and he has a lot of things has changed rapidly, and it passed. But now it's like, okay, if that, so how does he get his education? Are we going to force them to be in the same school, public school,
I
and
mean,
them
I
just not
mean,
learn
I
anything?
mean, yeah. I mean, it is how it is. You know, this you got to put them in special classes. But when you got a child like that, most likely you may have to drop out of work unless you can afford somebody to have a full time daycare for them.
I think it's going to force parents to start homeschooling their kids with disability.
Right. And I'm gonna move on to this too. I got a few more. I'm gonna let you go. How you feel about kids wearing uniform in school?
I believe that's the best way to go. You want to know why?
Why?
Because that makes it easier for these kids not to be picked on if a parent cannot afford the new sneakers out or cannot afford popular clothing. They can't pick on them about that, okay, because everybody wearing the same thing.
But if they're gonna go to college one day, they gonna goddamn get picked at anyways.
So as far as when it comes to college, I think that they're already a little bit more advanced where they should be able to take on a job or and I feel like especially if the kids are in high school or middle school and they have to wear a uniform. On the other hand, you don't have to really worry about buying the new sneakers out, all of this stuff. You should start being, saving money. I feel like uniforms save parents a lot of money.
Mm.
They should start saving that money, the extra money that you could be saving into a bank account or something, or you know, getting them clothes to look apart.
Mm. Okay. Do you feel like for the most part though, do you feel like education is bad in the poor black neighborhoods?
Is it abandoned in poor black neighborhoods?
No, do you feel like education is bad in black neighborhoods? Like the school system is bad in black neighborhoods versus white neighborhoods?
I can't say that because there's a school in the ghetto.
Mm.
I can't say that for every place. I don't believe it's banned in a lot of black neighborhoods. I do think there's probably less schools in black neighborhoods than white neighborhoods because of way people make black people to be, the look of black people, how black people are, but our own people don't make it any better either.
How do you feel about black businesses? A lot of people say black businesses have the worst customer service. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I agree. I'm sorry. From a mixed culture business to another black business owner, I'm sorry. I have bought from the black community. I have tried to stay with my own kind. I've tried to be. They just. I want to say it in a way that it don't sound crazy. It make it hard to do business with them.
And why do you think it's hard to do business with them?
because they lack professionalism.
In what ways?
The way they talk,
Mm.
their timings, the way they talk, how they feel like, okay, my black business, you gotta listen. Do you think the white people saying the same damn thing?
So what do the white businesses do differently from the black businesses?
Professionalism, 100% professionalism.
Mm.
I've supported multiple black businesses, multiple black businesses.
I'm only supporting businesses that's good business. I don't give a damn about the race.
Exactly. So it became a big thing a couple of years, for the past couple of years, that black businesses aren't being supported. You're not buying from your own people.
You
I have
know,
supported. I have.
my people is anybody who acting like they got some damn sense.
Right.
People.
And I'm like, I have supported black businesses, but it's the same thing all the time. Like, I get my product not on time, and then there's always some type of problem, and then you try to talk to them, and they feel like, oh, we black owned business, that we give us a little bit more slack. It's not like that.
Mm.
Because if I'm professional with you, I expect the same thing. We just business owner. We bleed the same color. It doesn't matter the race, or at this point, it's like, it doesn't matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna get a good product from a white person, I'm going.
Right.
If I know that this person's gonna be on time, I'm going. It doesn't matter black, Spanish. If I know you gonna do your job to the best ability, I'm going with them. It ain't got nothing to do about race.
Right. I agree. And black businesses, they always close 2 hours early. They always out of order, out of business, out of commission. They ain't never got changed for the 20. It's just terrible.
It's always something. It's always something.
Why in the black community we don't honor education? We honor like stuff like going to prison, being a rapper, an entertainer. We don't honor like
That starts at home. That starts at home.
Mm-hmm.
It's each one to each one. So if they mama acting like that,
Mm-hmm.
how do you expect them to act different?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're taught. So that's why a lot of them are like that. That's what they're taught.
Mm-hmm. Which race of guys are you unattracted to the most? Which race are you unattracted to the most?
Yeah, black men.
Okay, and why is it?
It's just black men have. It's the laziness for me.
Mm.
Doesn't not. I'm not going to say all black men, because there are successful black men,
Right.
but some personal things happen growing up and just turn me away. But then there's some other things that I need to match the same energy.
Which race, which ethnicity are you attracted to the most?
Latin.
Okay. Right. And what ethnicity are you?
I'm a mixed baby, y'all. Haitian and Dominican, buddy.
Asian Dominican. Okay. And what are your child?
My son is My son's Mexican.
Okay. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Would you listen to a gay rapper?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's putting something out there worth listening to, I'm listening to it.
Okay.
It don't matter. It don't matter. His sexual preference is not my business.
Mm.
It's
Okay.
not my business.
Facts. Right. Do you believe anybody can get canceled in 2025?
Yeah. Do you know since we're talking about health, do you know why black the black community dies faster?
I say health. What do you mean health? I said you feel like people can get canceled in 2025?
Cancer?
No, canceled.
Canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody can be canceled.
Okay.
Anybody can be canceled. Everything ain't forever. Not even your life is forever.
Like I'm talking about career being canceled. Like I cancel your career. Like some people like.
Yes, listen. You can have everything. You can have this live stream today, and tomorrow your whole thing is gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, why you think we in this culture now believe all women?
Believe all women?
Yeah. Instead of believe facts and evidence.
I think that's all. Some of it's out of lust. Part of it is men are not praised to be good people. I think they always think men are aggressive. It doesn't matter the race. They always think that men are wrong.
Right.
And part of it's out of lust. I feel like a part of it's out of lust. Women are dramatic, sentimental. They believe because women are dramatic and sentimental, how could they do this? But women are also mass manipulators.
Mm-hmm.
I don't only stand up for women. I'm always on the side of right. If the female wrong, they're wrong.
It's amazing me how many women hate men and they got sons.
But that could be off past history.
Mm-hmm.
It could be off of, something could have happened to them as they were growing up. We don't know the situation. That's why I say everybody's story is different. We don't know the situation. We don't know why they hate men. Some of them are just dumb.
I mean, I don't think there's no excuse to hate anyone. Opposite race, they ain't did that to you. You can't just label and overgeneralize one person, one group of people because you had a few bad experiences.
Right. But sometimes people brains don't work that way. They just feel like, okay, I can't never trust a man again because this happened to me, or I just can't do it. It's a mental thing. It's not always about, it's a mental thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. You got, I forgot I was about to say just now. You think with men and women though, like, you think men and women can just be truly friends?
Yeah. I have guy best friends, yeah. We don't cross the lines, nothing. They bring their girlfriend around, yeah. They can be friends. People think that they can't because they feel like or a woman, they're gonna cross lines. But if you set a boundary and they respect that boundary, that's all that matters. Yeah, I believe women and men can be friends.
Do you feel like postpartum depression is like an excuse for women to act crazy?
I think that's mental. I don't believe in people. I believe people can get depressed. I think sometimes it can be an excuse. But I'm not in that person's body, so.
Do you believe postpartum depression is real? Did you experience it?
No. After I had my son, yeah, sometimes you get sad. I think that's natural though. Being sad and feeling different, your body going through different changes. But that's the same thing as if you got stabbed and your body's trying to heal again and you feel different emotions because of the situation or whatever it is and you heal it. No, I don't believe in postpartum. I think they're not a normal person going through changes. It's normal.
Right. Yeah, but I appreciate you coming on though. Thanks a lot for coming on.
You welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you a lot, man. Y'all subscribe to the channel, YouTube channel, J Reed TV. We out of here.
I got you.